Welcome back to the deep dive. And today, yeah, we're tackling maybe the trickiest part, idioms. You know those phrases that just sound like complete nonsense if you try to take them word for word?
Exactly, little linguistic traps.
Yeah, where the meaning feels totally separate from the actual words.
And if you're aiming for, like, real fluency, this deep dive is pretty essential. We want to show you that idioms are way more than just annoying phrases to memorize.
Right.
We like to call them language fossils. They're like little artifacts, really,
Yeah.
that show us so much about history, culture, even how people think.
Okay.
So our mission today is to give you the insight and maybe some strategies to stop just memorizing lists and actually get the stories behind these words.
Okay, let's unpack one then. A fossil, right off the bat. If I say you're barking up the wrong tree, well, that's got nothing to do with bad dog training, does it?
Not at all, no. It just means you're, pursuing the wrong idea or you made a totally wrong assumption about something. But what's really cool is where it comes from. It's directly from old hunting practices, specifically coon hunting, actually, in North America.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the dogs would track an animal like a raccoon, and sometimes they'd mistake which tree it climbed. So they'd end up barking, uselessly at an empty tree trunk.
Wow. So it's literally a snapshot of old working life.
Pretty much, yeah. Crystallized into a phrase we now use for being wrong about something.
That perfectly sets up our first section then. These hidden histories inside everyday phrases, they really do tell you how people lived like centuries ago, their jobs, habits.
Absolutely. You can see what mattered to people, maybe trade, maybe the theater, maybe just getting by, break a leg.
Okay.
Sounds kind of violent, right?
Yeah.
But it's the standard way to wish someone good luck, especially actors, before they go on stage.
So what's that telling us? About the theater world, I mean.
Well, it points to just how superstitious actors could be. Backstage, saying the actual words good luck, that was considered really bad luck, like a jinx.
Okay, so they needed something else.
Exactly. So they flipped it. They used a phrase that kind of symbolized success. Instead, the idea being you'd perform so well you'd have to bend your leg to take a deep bow.
So it's like an anti-jinx that promises applause.
You got it. A neat bit of linguistic judo.
I love that. Necessity really drives language, doesn't it? Okay, let's move from the stage to maybe the voting booth. The idiom is spill the beans, meaning reveal a secret.
Right. This one's widely thought to go way back, possibly to ancient Greece and their democratic practices.
How so?
Well, the story goes that citizens use beans to vote. Maybe white for yes, black for no, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if the jar or container holding the beans got knocked over, spilled well, then everyone saw the result before they were supposed to.
So the secret was out. The literal spilling exposed the vote.
Precisely. And that literal act just morphed over time into our modern phrase for revealing any kind of secret information too early.
That's incredible. It shows that keeping secrets, or trying to, isn't exactly new.
Definitely not.
Speaking of old practices, what about something really basic like going to bed? Why do we say hit the sack?
That one's very literal, actually. It points straight back to how people used to live before comfy mattresses,
Yeah.
right? People often slept on rough sacks, basically bags filled with straw or hay.
Mm-hmm.
So when you were tired, you would quite literally hit the sack.
And the phrase just stuck around long after the straw mattresses disappeared.
Exactly. It's a fossil from everyday domestic life.
Okay, and if idioms are these fossils, what about under the weather? What does that tell us about what shaped English?
Oh, that one tells you a lot about the importance of the sea for a long, long time. Maritime life was central.
Because it means feeling sick, right?
Yeah, feeling a bit unwell or sick. And the origin is purely nautical. Sailors used it when they were feeling seasick and had to go below deck. They were literally under the deck, sheltering from the bad weather, the storm, the rough seas that was making them ill. It connects your physical location to how you feel.
That's fascinating. Okay, so we've dug into history, old jobs. Let's maybe shift gears a bit. Talk about phrases reflecting more modern life, decisions, feelings, how we gauge things.
Good idea. Because understanding these helps your English sound, well, much more natural and expressive, instantly.
Yeah.
Think about, say, responsibility or taking turns. We say, the ball is in your court.
Right, comes from sports. Tennis, maybe?
Exactly, sports like tennis or volleyball. It's a perfect metaphor for agency. It clearly signals, okay, it's your turn to act now. The next move is yours.
Simple. If I send you my notes, the ball's in your court to respond. Clear, everyone gets it.
Precisely.
Okay, what about frequency? Or rarity. We say something happens once in a blue moon. Is that just poetry or is there something real there?
No, it's actually based on a real, though pretty rare, astronomical event.
Oh.
Yeah, a blue moon technically refers to the second full moon that happens within the same calendar month.
Oh.
And because the lunar cycle is about 29.5 days, and months are mostly 30 or 31 days, well, getting 2 full moons in 1 month doesn't happen all that often.
So the idiom borrows its meaning from that rarity.
That's right. Science providing the metaphor.
Neat. Let's pivot to feelings.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that feeling of butterflies in my stomach, right? Nervous, excited.
Oh, yeah, that fluttery feeling.
What about the opposite? Being really calm under pressure.
That would be having nerves of steel.
Okay.
It's a strong metaphor, isn't it? Equating someone's psychological strength, their calmness, with metal known for being super strong, unbending.
Yeah, it paints a vivid picture.
It's a really high-impact way to describe someone being incredibly brave or calm when things are intense.
You definitely need nerves of steel if you accidentally rub someone the wrong way.
Huh? Yeah, good point. That's another interesting one. Rub someone the wrong way. It's quite subtle.
For annoying someone without meaning to.
Exactly. Unintentionally irritating or offending them. The idea has got to come from, like, petting an animal's fur against the direction it grows. Or maybe polishing wood against the grain.
That small abrasive action that just feels wrong.
Yeah, causes discomfort.
We also use idioms all the time for scale, right? If something's incredibly expensive, we don't just say very expensive. We might say it cost an arm and a leg.
Right. The metaphor of extreme sacrifice. It emphasizes the high cost.
It does. And if we think there's a much bigger problem hidden beneath the surface...
We immediately say it's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. And what's so effective there is that everyone listening instantly gets the hidden part. You know, that 90% of the issue is unseen, underwater.
That powerful imagery is why these phrases are so useful. And it brings us right to the big challenge for language learners.
The translation trap.
Exactly. Idioms are, like we said, culture wrapped in words. You absolutely have to understand the cultural context, the wrapper. You can't just translate the words literally.
Oh, definitely not. I remember reading about a learner who wanted to say they were shy in English, but they translated directly from their own language and ended up saying, I have a frog in my pocket.
Oh, wow. Yeah, to an English speaker, that conjures up a very, very different image. Like, why do you have a frog in your pocket?
Right. It's confusing. Perfect example of why just swapping words doesn't work for idioms.
It really highlights the cultural gap.
It's also interesting how different cultures express similar ideas, but with totally different images or humor, like impossibility.
Yeah.
In English, we say, when pigs fly.
Right. A classic.
But in French, the equivalent is when chickens have teeth.
Huh. I like that one. More visceral somehow.
Isn't it? And apparently a Chinese version is even more epic, when the ocean dries up and rocks crumble.
Wow. That's some serious impossibility. It really shows how local culture, landscape, humor, it all feeds into these deep metaphors.
Definitely.
But, you know, for you listening, it can be helpful to realize that many idioms actually have similar meanings, like twins.
That's a good point. Recognizing pairs might help.
Yeah, it can make the huge number of idioms feel a bit less daunting if, you know, spill the beans.
You might connect it to let the cat out of the bag. Both mean reveal a secret.
Exactly. Or, facing something difficult, you can bite the bullet.
Which sounds painful. Comes from old surgery, right? Biting a bullet for pain.
That's the origin story, yeah. Or you could face the music, maybe from performers having to face an unhappy audience.
Okay.
Knowing those connections helps you build a sort of mental map of meanings.
Makes sense. Okay, let's shift again. Let's focus on idioms that kind of act like moral guides or offer bits of wisdom.
Yeah, the ones that carry cultural values. When we use these, we're not just talking, we're sort of reinforcing shared ideas about how things should be.
Like managing expectations, maybe? Patience?
Exactly. Think about don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Classic advice. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Right. Warns against celebrating too early or making plans based purely on hope. It's about realism, delayed gratification.
And you pair that with, say, don't cry over spilled milk.
Which tells us not to waste energy worrying about something bad that's already happened and can't be changed.
So together, they offer a way to handle both future hopes and past mistakes.
A nice little framework for resilience, really.
And then contrast that with how much we seem to value doing things. Actions speak louder than words. That feels fundamental.
Oh, absolutely. It prioritizes what you actually do over what you just say you'll do. Tangible effort matters.
And if you're putting in that effort, working really hard, maybe late at night,
We say you're burning the midnight oil.
right, it evokes that image of someone literally working late by lamplight, a very concise way to signal intense effort.
Definitely.
That focus on outcomes might also be why a blessing in disguise is so common.
How do you mean?
Well, it lets us reframe something that seemed bad at first.
Oh, no, right. As something that actually led to a good result eventually. It's a tool for optimism, for finding the positive spin.
Yeah, and maybe the ultimate idiom for valuing productivity.
Got to be kill two birds with one stone.
Ah, yes. Getting two things done with a single action. Maximum efficiency.
Are you practical?
So all this shows just how much everyday philosophy is baked into our language. But crucially, these idioms only work if you use them right.
That's the key.
So what are the most important tips for you, the listener, to start using these more naturally? Let's say top 4.
Okay, tip 1, and this is vital, learn them in context. Seriously, ditch the flashcards mostly.
See them used.
Yeah, see them in movies, hear them in conversations like this one, read them in books or articles. You need to get a feel for when and how people use them. The timing, the situation.
Okay, context is king. Tip 2.
Tip 2, try them out. Start small, in low-stakes situations. Instead of just saying that was easy, maybe try that was a piece of cake.
Right. Get comfortable.
It makes your English instantly sound a bit more fluent, more connected to how native speakers actually talk.
Good advice. Tip 3.
Tip 3, learn the story, like we've been doing today. Knowing the origin, like Under the Weather being about 6 sailors.
It helps you remember it.
Massively. The story acts like a memory hook, a mnemonic device. It makes the phrase stick in your head.
Okay, story power. And the final tip, number 4.
Balance. Use balance. Don't overdo it. If you stuff every sentence with idioms, you'll sound, well, frankly, a bit weird. Unnatural.
Like an idiom machine.
Exactly. Think of them as seasoning for your language, not the main course. Sprinkle them in appropriately.
Got it. Seasoning, not the whole meal.
So, wrapping up, what does all this mean for you? I think the main takeaway is that idioms aren't really roadblocks to fluency. They're actually the path to it.
Windows into the culture.
Exactly. Windows into culture, history, emotion, how people think creatively with language. Learning them really does improve your connection to how native speakers express themselves.
You're sort of joining a long, ongoing conversation, tapping into those language fossils every time you use one correctly.
Precisely. And it's about participating, trying things out, not about achieving some kind of abstract perfection.
Yeah, progress, not perfection.
And maybe keep in mind the wisdom embedded in these phrases themselves. Since mastering language, like any skill, takes time and effort. Remember that very common, very wise idiom P, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Good one to end on. Language learning takes time.
It does. Keep practicing, keep listening. You'll get there.